Hello traders, it's Tomek here from Nikos Trading Academy and welcome in my weekly indices forecast. So as you can see, I here this time use also Renko charts. This is classic box together with the Heiken Ashi indicator, so it looks a little bit different. I use this indicator because it filters out more noise and it's much smoother to see moves, retracement, and 1 to 3s. Yes, the setups which we usually use. So that's why this is, in my opinion, very good filter for Renko charts. But you can also use classic box size. It really doesn't matter. Both works the same. The question is what you like to see directly in the chart. So DAX. What we can hear, what we can see here, this is weekly time frame, more or less. Of course, it's not one-to-one to the classic time frame, but more or less weekly chart. We see that price went down. Now it's retracing. Price hit a very strong support zone. So this will be interesting because or we will get maybe bigger retracement and then or lower high and continuation, or price will still continue to the previous tops. Of course, we remember that this was very strong area and now we had this down move, and the question is, like I said, or this is the beginning of the down move, or price will still continue to go up, because if we go to higher settings still, like monthly chart, price is still creating for us like a monthly long 1 to 3. But this also might be situation that after rejecting again we will get moved to this previous bottoms, but we will see in the long term. Right now, just to understand, because to make trading decisions on the lower time frames, we also have to understand where price might to go. Okay, so that's why we start always from the higher time frames. This is the resistance, and of course resistance next up here. Also here on this chart, we start to see that price is making lower lows and lower highs. So this will be interesting to see what price will do. And 960 chart, which is like a daily chart, it's also very nice because it's making for us right now daily short, or daily short 1 to 3, more or less, yeah, at least on this. So we are around the trend line. Price is retesting the 36 EMA. So for us it's very important level, because this is decision making level, or price will continue to go down to retest the previous bottoms, or in case of the breakout we can have moved to this resistance, and then after breakout of this resistance, long-term target will be here. So we are on a very interesting level on the Renko chart. If we go to 480, now what we can do in intraday trading, of course, we draw this line, and after retracement of this line to this line, sorry, look for long bounce entries to buy and target this trend line, and in case of the breakout, of course this, because it seems that price is reacting right now. Whenever price breaks this, definitely we can look for short scenarios and target this support zone. Of course, whenever price breaks that, long scenario. So we go even to lower settings, 240. We know that this is our line here. This is our trend line. So what we can do here, there is a lot of room between this price action and 36 and the trend line. So what we can also try to get here, after breakout of this trend line here, which is happening right now, we can look for aggressive short entries to trade in the retracement to target this area here. Okay, so this is what you can do here, but of course you have to go and switch to lower settings. No, M12 right now, you see, is on the 36 EMA, so this is still too early to trade. But whenever price breaks this trend line, starts to make new lower low, lower high, then we can look for short scenarios, and then our goal, of course, first will be 36 from the 240, and then 480 36 EMA. So there is room to do this. Of course, this is aggressive trade, but it's still possible to make it. Okay, so or wait patiently for like a bigger scenarios, like retracement here, because it's from the higher time frame, and then we look for entries whenever price get direction, or we can still use scalping or day trading here to trade short scenarios. NASDAQ. NASDAQ is pushing up, but there is still a trend line here, which is interesting because I think it seems to it seems like having a flag. Yes, I think it's flag. So this will be interesting because our price will break and continue, or we'll still have retest and price drop again. If you look for the levels, we have this previous spike is here, so this is area of the support. The next area of the support is lower here. Okay, so we have those two levels. So you see, if price will break this, continue to go down, we will have again area with the trend line and the support zone. Whenever price of course breaks this zone, the target is on the previous tops, and then of course we have this. And then now definitely price is pointing up. So what we can do, we can go to, of course, lower settings to see what is happening here. Price is on the trend line directly, so or will get a break and the price will continue in between. You have also that level here, or we'll get reactions. Okay, and if we have reaction, this is straightforward up move. We have to go to really low settings and try to look for short scenarios. Target will be this trend line together with a 36 EMA. So if we go, even lower, you see that. Fortunately, disadvantage of the Renko chart is that those trend lines are moving. So this is still very, very strong. Yes, so we have to go really to the lower settings. M12 is still pointing up. So basically, retracement back to the 12, and you can still look for lower settings like M6, M3 long scenarios. Whenever M12 starts to break the 36 EMA and starts to create lower low, lower high with the trend line breakout, there is no other line here. Okay, then you can start to look for short entries. Yes, I wouldn't go right now to lower time frames to look for this. At least wait for weakness on the M12 and then try to sell it. And of course, target first is 240.36 EMA, and then of course 480.36 EMA. If you don't want to trade this, of course, what you have to do, you have to wait for bigger retracements. Yes, at least to 24 long scenarios or 480 and long scenarios. Okay, so this is what you can do. So two ways, or you buy or you sell, but no, the level is interesting to sell. So let's see what will happen. Next is US 30, and US 30 also is pointing up. Definitely, this chart, which is more or less again weekly time frame, is not so perfect. There is no really clean direction from long-term perspective. However, price is still making higher lows, as you can see. This was broken, but right now we have this spike, so we can change a little bit angle. So we'll get this right now. It's barely making like a higher highs, yes, but it's if we pay attention, it's still pointing up on the 960, 3840, which is the weekly chart. So if price continues to go up, we can have moved to this previous top. Sorry that in some case I might be chaotic, but I really don't feel good today. So sorry for that. This is the resistance. Price is pointing up, so price might go to this zone. If we go to 1920, we will see that price broke this trend line. So it's really a chance that price continue to go up. There is momentum for now. The next area of the resistance on this setting is here. So this is our possible next stop or some reactions, or price will break this and continue. Definitely right now we have this breakout, so we wait for the retracement. Okay, so whenever price retrace, we want to buy, we target the next resistance. On the M480, we look for the retracement, we'll try to buy after the retracement, and so on. M240, still we can look for a retracement back to the 36, and we can try to buy. Okay, and if you go to M12, right now M12 is not doing long scenarios, but if you look for trend line, this is the one line. Price is breaking this line, starts to make lower lows. You see lower lows, it still haven't made lower highs, but because this is very strong up move, and this is US 30, which is quite aggressive in the movement, to look, because you can still look for to trade against the main direction and trade in the retracement, but I will at least wait for the 240 to give the signal of weakness. Okay, so whenever you start to see that price is breaking 36, it's moving down, then for me it will be time to look for short scenarios. Right now you can just draw this line and combinations with lower settings. For example, you can look for long scenarios, but you can of course target this previous stop. Okay, only for the day trading. Okay, so this is what we have on the US 30 Nikkei. uh, Going up, resistance is here. Of course, support was here. Now it's pushing up. So we go to lower time frames, and price is pointing up. It's still like a possible range, yes, but now price is pointing up. So we want to just easily look for possible retracement, and we try to buy. Okay, so we wait for the retracement. Here we try to buy from the long-term perspective, lower setting perspective. Again, retracements. We go and buy this 480. We wait for the retracement. We go and buy this. Okay. Even if we go to M24, again, same story. You can wait for the retracement. If price do this, you look for buy scenarios on the lower settings, not on the 240. But if price give you the weakness here on the 240, then you can look for short scenarios and target 480.36 EMA. But at least wait for this 240 weakness, because no, this is very strong. So we need to see something from the higher settings that it might continue to make this retracement. Okay, or at least start the retracement. And Aussie 200, it's in the range. Still, yes, we have this, you see, support zone. Now price is retesting this. We have that, yes, and if you go to 480, we have this previous bottom, and it's still pointing down. Okay, so if we get like a, no, it's making for us short scenario here. So if price will continue to go down, we can look for short scenarios. But if we have breakout of this, then we can look for possible buy scenarios. Okay, and if price breaks that, our next target will be this resistance zone here. Okay, so 240. So it's quite easy right now. We draw that and we wait for breakout of this or of that. Okay, and if we go to M12, so we can even leave. So I wouldn't trade here short scenarios. I will wait patiently for breakout of that, or breakout of this. But if you are a scalper and you will get breakout of this trend line here with the 12 EMA, you can still look for aggressive short trade to target this. Okay, so it's still possible, but to be honest, it's better to wait for breakouts and then focus on buys or sells. Okay, guys, that's all for today's forecast. I hope you enjoy this. So next week I will also make this, but it will be on the classic charts. So wish you all great week, and we hear soon. Bye.